sounds like we've hashed things out fairly well. The question is, what's the next step?
Leak detection and meter replacement.
What's the cost of, replacing all the meters that have to be replaced?
34K.
That's the balance of them.
Is that still true? That number?
I don't have that. What we had discussed before.
So it was the same.
Correct. There was
There was
so many
28,000.
complete meters and so many rehabs, meaning the newer ones retrofitting for the equipment. Any old meter, over the last, anything 5 years or newer is capable of just a retrofit. Anything 5 years old and older would be a whole new replacement.
So you said we've been doing some number per year? 10, did you say 10 a year?
10 in the last calendar year, yeah. And I think there was some more.
As-needed meters been replaced. Since the new meter reading equipment, only 12 have been installed. The board, 2 or 3 years ago, the system cost so much, remember, went to town meeting for that, it was $9,000.
You got the wand and the software.
One software, and the company needed at least 12 meters in the system to get it up and running. Then the board was going to purchase, through their maintenance contract, at least 15 a year, and at the end of the year, what's left over in their maintenance budget, remainders on water meters. This year, you got hit between water cost and those 2 leaks. There was nothing, there was no maintenance budget, so meters weren't, they weren't purchased.
I mean, given the cost, I mean, I don't know that we, where it is in the budget anywhere, like, left over for this year, but I would recommend that we take it out of stabilization just to get it done. And, we can replenish it back in there, or out of, reserve fund transfer, or whatever it might be.
You talking this fiscal year, current fiscal year?
We'll just get it done as soon as we can. Well, I don't know.
If you do it if you can do it in 2 stages, you can do half this fiscal year and half the next fiscal year.
Got a problem with that line.
Mm-hmm.
Board of Water Commissioners went to town meeting about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Took out 16 grand to look for new water, promised to pay the town back. Hasn't been paid back. Now you're taking more money. 18 months ago, when I was on the well, I voted no on every action. If I had a well, and I had to buy a filter, and I had to replace my well, most people I know well will vote no, because the people with water have a privilege. That's the way to look at it. The easiest thing to do to replace them is charge each person for the meter replacement. They're gonna pay it one way or another. They're gonna pay it through a higher rate, or they're gonna pay it through the water bill. You just go to these people, if mine was $235, and you say to everybody, you're gonna pay an extra $235 to get your meter replaced.
So I,
All right, Kimberly?
That's all right. I'll defer to Rich.
yeah, Mr. Chairman, so I totally understand what you're saying, right? I totally get that, but there's 2 problems with that argument. Problem number 1 is that just in concept, if we were to segment town services, then only the elderly should pay for the senior center. Okay, so I got a problem with that logic. But even if that's not the case, let's put that aside for a minute. The other problem is that right now, the loss that we're enduring and not getting paid for is being split. The burden of that's being split between the ratepayers and Mendon. So half of that is on either side of that, public water supply and private water supply expenses. And I'm telling you right now, the amount difference, he just told you $42,000. I mean, you're talking 2 years of fixing that, and just the half we pay has replaced it. We've already got an ROI just on the town side. So to me, it's biting off our nose to spite our face to not do what Mr. Tinio is suggesting.
The only reason I say stabilization is just to get it done.
But I think,
I mean, the other way works. The other way works too.
You can argue who pays for it, but they both need to get done. The leak detection and the meter replacement.
No question.
Obviously need to get done.
1000%.
Argue who pays for it later.
Well, go ahead, Kimberly.
We have 96,000 in free cash still available, and we have 660 in stabilization.
Just, my opinion as a FinCom member, and again, I'm only speaking for myself, is take it out of free cash at the next special town meeting and let's just get it done.
Get it on this warrant, ATM.
Sure.
Deadlines today.
Problem I have is you gotta anticipate a large number of people in that audience saying, why am I paying something? And I know you have an argument that half of it's town.
Yeah.
But you have 150 roughly people that have a privilege that no one else has. We get lower insurance rates because of it, and there's a lot of feeling.
I don't know,
I remember at past town meetings of why are we giving these privileged people our tax dollars when they don't help us when our wells need replaced?
Yeah, I mean,
That's come up before.
I agree. We have a town water source though, right? So that becomes part of the town at that point. Not a water source, we have town water, so it happens. That's the way that it happens. It's coming out of budget, money's coming out of budgets. We're paying for it now, and we can, look, we're gonna deal with that at the town meeting, we are. And the fact that you say it's privileged, okay, you get a little bit less on your insurance, but I tell you what, I'm not dealing with a big expensive water bill with my well, so, and I don't have the best water, and but.
You also need to understand that it is the water department. You are not an enterprise. The Mendon Water Department is in an enterprise fund. You're talking about it being self-sufficient. That's what you want it to be, like an enterprise fund. However, this board has the authority to drop those rates 50%, go in the hole in their budget, and the town is, they need to
We'd have to pick up the
tab.
But anyway, but back to your point, Mr. Rudden, I don't think I in particular have ever shown that I'm not up for a challenge of arguing a point at a town meeting, so I believe me, I'm well prepared.
Trust me, now that I have a well, I'll be arguing, now that I'm on the system, I'll be arguing for the system. But I'm just saying, it happened the last time.
But again, it's not, right, but we did exploratory wells. I don't recall if they were supposed to put the 16,000 back, and if they are, good, we'll get it, let's make a note and get it back once we get this fixed.
Promised at that town meeting, it was promised by the then chairman of the water board.
Yep.
To the town meeting, the money would be
Okay,
repaid.
then when do we need to follow up on it then?
But let me say one more thing. I would not be as quick to support this if I did not also know that the town side budget, away from what the ratepayers are paying, is suffering because of this problem, and in 2 years it's paid back, even if we bear the whole expense on the town side. So that's the main reason I support
I
it.
agree with you, but to me, it's replace them all at once.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
I think that's the only way to know for sure.
Yeah, let's get it done quick.
Yeah.
Replace them with leak detection, you still having a problem, well, you haven't been able to do leak detection on Bates and Edward and those roads,
We can still try.
you might have it there.
Definitely.
So, Mr. Watson, so can we assume that if whatever this number is, when we're done, not only will we have newer, more accurate meters, but all the meters will be capable of driving by and going whoop, 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 and taking the readings?
Walk by, yes.
Okay, however it happens.
Much quicker, yes.
Much quicker. Okay, good. Because I got what you're saying, but I'm not convinced. I'd like to see those gazintas measured at the same time as the gazatas.
Yeah, it depends on your equipment. I mean, yes.
So, but I just think that together with the accurate meters, then we move. Then if we don't get enough closure, right?
Yep.
Now we're looking at leaks.
But I think you should still do the leak detection.
No, I understand,
Yeah.
but maybe because of the issues
If that
that.
doesn't work, now you have to think big picture.
Right.
Water main replacements.
Right, exactly.
Kimberly?
Stabilization.
Assuming that
Billions.
it passes a town meeting and then the replacement is funded, how long does it take for installation? Part one, and part two is there a benefit to doing the leak detection before the replacement? And if so, should the board make a motion to spend that out of their current operating budget while we're sitting here?
I mean, the leak detection is $1,200, you said, something like that. Is that something we even have to go to town meeting for?
Or do you know about the meters?
Do you have it in your maintenance budget?
They've got excess in their budget because they still have half a year's worth of water purchases. So they have room in a couple of their lines. They do.
My opinion was, I mean, it's up to you guys, but I would say, yeah, go ahead and do the leak detection as soon as you can.
I think so. It seems like it's so cheap
Yeah.
to just do
We're
it.
gonna eventually
I
have
wouldn't
to
even
go
ask
back
for that
to town
authorization. I would
meeting
just
for
do it
bills and
first.
Sounds like
I
it,
wouldn't ask
yeah.
for the authorization. I would just,
So,
Yeah, they can do it.
You need a
the
motion?
question is now or.
I think so,
then.
yes.
All right, I'd like to make a motion that we do the leak detection on the system
and pay for it out of the existing maintenance budget.
Yep.
Second?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously.
Okay, so just going forward, I think we might want to consider, it sounded like you said earlier that you do that annually, that leak test. Correct. So maybe when we're going into the 2018 budget season, you think about increasing your, potentially having an ask to increase it by 1,200, so you can
Just do
put
it
that
right
in
now
every.
as I'm sitting here.
Huh?
Yeah, do it now.
They could amend their request.
That's not, we don't have, we're not final approved, let's.
Yeah, we haven't finalized the budget.
Who, can you just send any, I can send,
I'll put it down on the list of potential ads.
okay.
Yeah, I think we gotta do that because we can't just assume we're adding,
Right,
because we got a whole
but I
bunch
will,
of.
if they want to request it, I'll add it to the
We got room
potential
for everything,
request
I told
list.
you, Rich.
What's that?
We got room for everything.
Sure we do.
Okay, now, well, the question was how, assuming we had the money to buy all the meters, how long would it take to do?
Yes.
It's going to take some time. Remember, it's just myself and one other person. We are saving thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars having myself and someone I pay to do it ourselves.
So does that mean one fiscal year, or?
Oh, yeah, it would be done well within a year.
Oh, that's, yeah, that'd be good.
So do you want, so, okay, so then, just for funding purposes, do we ask for this in the next budget? And we increase the line item for that 1 year, or, because if we do it at the annual town meeting, that gives them a month to get it done. You saying you'll have it done in this fiscal year or next fiscal?
You can't carry over
Special
from 1 year to
Unless it's a
another.
special, unless we do it as a special article.
article.
And you can carry it to the following fiscal year.
Is that all right?
Yes.
Yes. No, and I wasn't trying to just, I just
Yeah, no,
think it's
no, I
okay with
understand.
you.
I understand.
I agree that we can do it, but that didn't come out exactly 100% right. I believe you.
Okay, so what line items we need to put in the budget where, and how much?
It's gonna be we'll just put a placeholder in the special town meeting for now. If you could get us a more accurate number so that we can make sure we have that much in there, maybe it's even a little bit
Meters
high.
and-
Yeah, per cost, and just send that over to, either the FinCom or to the town administrator, and that way we'll have it for the motion, because the placeholder doesn't need an amount.
We're doing that for the annual.
Yes.
At the special town meeting at the annual, right? Not in the annual town meeting, right?
You can say what? It's the annual.
It confused me there.
Don't we usually do a special, like at the beginning, or just before, or just before?
Not usually, but sometimes.
We don't have any questions, right?
No, it's just,
Right.
Okay.
We'll have, but like I said in the earlier meeting, we're also gonna do in the June and in August, so we have many opportunities for additional
Okay.
articles, and by chance, this isn't we don't get the number back in time.
Okay.
Okay, now the next question is the opinion that the amount of water lost by misuse of fire hydrants is low enough that it's not worth fixing today?
My personal opinion, no, it's not. I would
Okay.
do the leak detection.
I don't like the idea of having a fire hydrant locked.
Yeah. I don't know if I love that either.
It's essential when you need it, and if you want to put a security tag on it, and we'll know if somebody's been in it, that's fine, but
And that's real cheap.
I don't really want to lock a hydrant.
Go ahead, Alan.
You might just be better off putting a note in the next round of the water bills, asking people to be vigilant. If you see any usage on a hydrant, please report
Throw
it.
rocks.
Yeah.
Alan,
I've been around a long time. I've seen one hydro seed truck on a hydrant in all the time that I've been here. Over 20 years.
But still, it comes down to, back to, kind of one step at a time, crawl, walk, run here, right? Let's crawl and get the meters in and see what
Yeah.
gets us.
I love it.
Now, also in your bylaws or your rules and regulations, any meter over 1 inch, the facility buys, so you have a few of those 2-inch meters that those people will be paying for. We'll send them a letter that your meter's going to be replaced, and they have to purchase it.
How many of
Well,
those?
1, 2, 3.
2-inch meter.
I believe there's 3 of them.
Okay.
But you're about
And everybody
25
else is
volts.
3/4?
5/8, yes.
5/8.
and for some reason, the guy who wanted to put in the fire extinguishing system never came back, so I guess that's a moot issue. Till he comes back at least.
I think that's a good plan.
Great, I'm good. You need me for anything else? Sweet.
Is there,
Can I talk about what I want now? If I want to talk about something else?
is there any other business?
Good night, everybody.
I guess not.
Hmm?
I guess not.
What did you say?
I guess not.
Yes, not,
Make
yes.
a motion, we adjourn?
I second it. And
Aye.
aye, meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for coming.
All in favor?
Aye.
These for the file?
Could that be?